All right, so we're diving deep today into Amazon's big AI announcement,
Alexa Plus.
Alexa Plus.
Right.
It's been generating a ton of buzz.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah.
And for good reason.
Yeah.
This isn't just like a software update, you know? This
No.
is a total reimagining of how we interact with AI.
It seems like they're going all in on making AI.
A core part of our daily lives.
Totally. Especially for Prime members, because now it's free with Prime.
Which is huge. Millions of people already have Prime, so it's like
Instant access
to this next level AI assistant.
Yeah, and from what I'm seeing in the press release, it's way more than just setting timers and playing music.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
We're talking about AI that can actually take action on your behalf, like
Booking appointments, ordering groceries, even handling home repairs.
it's pretty mind-blowing when you think about it.
Right, like that example they gave about the oven repair.
Oh, yeah. Your oven breaks down, you tell Alexa Plus, and boom,
It just takes care of everything.
finds a repair service, schedules the appointment, maybe even handles the payment.
It's like,
Having a personal assistant.
who's also like a tech whiz.
Exactly. And it's all thanks to what they're calling agentic capabilities.
Okay, break that down for me. What does that even mean?
Well, essentially it means Alexa Plus can now navigate the internet, interact with all sorts of services, and actually complete tasks
Interesting.
that would normally require us, humans, to do a bunch of searching, clicking, decision-making.
So it's like,
It's taking all that cognitive load off of us.
oh, I see.
And it's not limited to just a few tasks either. They've built this whole system of experts.
Experts.
Yeah, think of them like specialized AI agents, each designed to handle a specific category of tasks.
Oh, okay. So like one expert for travel, one for shopping.
Exactly. And they've partnered with some massive names to make this all happen.
I saw that list. It's like a who's who of modern life. Philips Hue, Roborock, OpenTable, Spotify, Apple Music.
Grubhub, Uber Eats, Ticketmaster, even Ring for home security.
Like they've thought of everything.
It seems that way, right? And it gets even more interesting when you factor in the personalization aspect.
Okay, tell me more about that.
So Alexa Plus is designed to learn your preferences, your habits.
Using all that data Amazon already has on us.
Well, yeah, like
Yeah.
your purchases, your music, videos, your shipping address,
All that good stuff.
to create this really tailored experience. But it goes beyond that, too.
How so?
You can add custom inputs like family recipes, important dates, dietary preferences,
Oh, wow. So it's like,
really getting to know you on a deeper level.
which could be incredibly helpful. I mean, think about something like dinner planning.
Oh, that's a perfect example. Alexa Plus could remember that you love pizza
My daughter's vegetarian.
and your partner's gluten-free.
Exactly. And then suggest recipes or restaurants that work for everyone.
It's like having a
Personal chef and concierge.
all rolled into one.
Powered by AI.
It's pretty remarkable when you think about it.
It is, but it also raises some questions about privacy, right? I mean, how much information is this AI gathering about us?
That's a valid concern for sure.
Yeah.
And it's something that Amazon seems to be addressing head on.
In the press release, they talk about
Privacy and security.
being top priorities.
Yeah, they mentioned the Alexa privacy dashboard where you can control your settings, see what data is being collected.
And they emphasize that everything's built on that super secure.
AWS infrastructure.
So it seems like they're at least trying to be transparent about the data collection.
Definitely. And giving users some control.
But it's still a conversation that needs to happen, you know? Especially as this technology evolves and becomes even more integrated into our lives.
Absolutely. We can't just blindly trust that everything will be fine. We need to be asking the tough questions and holding these companies accountable.
All right, so we've talked about the features, the potential, the privacy concerns, but I think it's time to zoom out a little and think about the bigger picture.
The big picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, what does all this mean for how we interact with technology, how we manage our lives, even how we think about privacy and control in this increasingly digital age?
Those are the big questions, and I think they're worth exploring more detail.
Let's dive into those next.
So we've covered a lot of ground already, talking about all the cool stuff Alexa Plus can do.
Oh yeah, like a ton.
Booking appointments, ordering groceries, even fixing your oven. But I think what's really fascinating is the potential impact this could have on society as a whole.
It's like a whole new level of AI integration,
Mm.
right? It's not just about convenience anymore.
It feels like we're on the verge of something much bigger.
Definitely. It's like a fundamental shift in how we interact with technology. Maybe even,
How we live our lives.
yeah. Like imagine a world where your AI assistant is so advanced that it not only answers your questions, but anticipates your needs.
Manages your schedule.
Even interacts with other AI agents on your behalf without you even having to lift a finger.
That's both amazing and kind of terrifying at the same time,
It
right?
is. It's like a double-edged sword, you know?
Uh-huh.
On one hand, it's incredibly convenient, but on the other hand,
We're giving up a lot of control
and
to
trust.
these AI systems.
Right. And that's where things get a little tricky, because what happens when those systems make mistakes?
Yeah, like what if Alexa Plus books the wrong flight? Or
Orders the wrong groceries.
who's responsible then? Is it the user, the AI itself, or Amazon?
Ooh, that's a tough one. And it's a question that's going to come up more and more as AI becomes more integrated into our lives.
And more autonomous.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, what if AI starts making decisions that we don't agree with, even if they seem logical or efficient from its perspective,
It's like, how do we ensure that AI is aligned with our values?
with our ethics?
Yeah, that's a big one. And it's something we need to be thinking about right now, not after the fact.
Totally. Because once AI is deeply embedded in our lives, it's going to be much harder to course correct. You know,
It's like we're building the ship as we're sailing it.
that's a good analogy. And we need to make sure we're building it with the right materials, with the right intentions.
So what can we do? What can our listeners do to prepare for this future?
Well, for starters, I think it's important to educate ourselves about AI,
Learn how it works.
understand its capabilities and limitations.
Yeah, and be aware of the potential biases that can creep into these systems.
Because AI is only as good as the data it's trained on, right?
And we need to be having open and honest conversations about the ethical implications of AI.
Absolutely. It can't just be left to the tech companies and the policymakers,
Because we all need to be part of this conversation.
because it's going to impact all of us, whether we realize it or not.
So, to our listeners out there, what's the one thing you want them to take away from this discussion?
I would say this: be informed, be engaged, and be intentional about your relationship with AI.
Don't just passively accept it.
Ask questions, challenge assumptions, demand transparency, and remember that AI is a tool.
It can be used for good or for bad.
It's up to us to decide how we use it and what role it plays in our lives.
I think it's safe to say that AI is no longer this thing of the future, right?
Definitely not.
Yeah.
It's here.
Yeah.
It's now. And with things like Alexa Plus.
It's evolving so rapidly.
Yeah, even just a couple years ago, the things Alexa Plus can do now would have been straight up science fiction. Booking appointments, ordering your food.
Arranging home repairs, remembering things for us.
Like, it's mind-blowing.
It really is. But with all this rapid advancement and integration into our lives, how do we even begin to prepare for this future with AI being such a huge part of it?
Well, knowledge is power, right?
Right.
So I think step one is really educating ourselves.
About AI.
Yeah, about how these AI systems actually work, what they use to make decisions.
What data are they trained on?
Exactly. Because AI, at the end of the day, is just a reflection of the data that it's been fed.
So garbage in, garbage out, as they say.
Pretty much. And it's super important to keep in mind that AI can reflect human biases.
Yeah, if the data's biased, the AI will be biased.
For sure. But it goes beyond just understanding the tech, you know? We need to be having these conversations.
About the ethics of it all.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ethics. How do we make sure that AI is used fairly? How do we make sure that AI is held accountable for its actions?
And how do we ensure that it doesn't trample on our privacy and our autonomy?
These are all big questions with no easy answers. And the thing is, these aren't just questions for the tech geniuses to figure out.
It's for everyone, right?
Absolutely. We all need to be engaged in this discussion because this is going to impact everyone.
So for those listening, what are some things they can do to start navigating this AI world, which seems to be evolving and changing every day?
Well, first off, be aware of what you're sharing online. Right? Your data is valuable.
And companies want it.
So be mindful of what you're putting out there, who has access to it, and how it's being used.
Don't just blindly click accept on all those privacy agreements.
Read them. Make informed decisions about your data.
Take control.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to ask questions.
Be skeptical.
Yeah. Challenge the assumptions behind those algorithms.
And be critical of the information they spit out.
Because remember, AI is a tool. It's not a magic oracle. It can be used for good.
Or it can be used for not so good.
Exactly. So let's use it wisely.
Absolutely well said. So as we wrap up this deep dive on Alexa plus Voo and look ahead to the future of AI,
I think the message is clear.
stay curious
Stay informed.
and stay engaged.
This conversation is only just getting started.
It's a wild ride, but it's a ride we're all on together. And if you're itching to experience Alexa Plus for yourself,
You can actually sign up for early access.
at www.amazon.com/new Alexa.
Until next time, folks, keep diving deep.